What is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here. We're going to be watching some crashes and close calls. Make sure you're practicing your smart rider drills. Grab a booklet, 20% off. Now let's just jump right into it. All right, here we go. Marky Bear.
He admitted that he was inexperienced and this was his first longer trip. He missed a turn, pulled off to the side of the road and ended making a rather unexpected mistake.
Yeah, I've made some mistakes. There we go. Made some mistakes after a long day of filming, long day of riding. That thing is burning the grass. Go ahead and hit the engine shut-off switch. There you go. Pick it up because the exhaust is burning that grass, and that's what you're seeing and smelling probably. Probably wondering what's going on, how'd it happen. Yeah, just kind of relax. You're doing good.
Can I help you pick it up?
Might be a little bit harder to pick up because it was that little drop, but we got some help. Very good. Side stand down. All right, let's take a look at this. Now, this is something I've kind of done. What I did that was different was it was on my Harley, and I didn't put the side stand down all the way. And when I leaned it onto the side stand, it just kind of collapsed underneath it. It kind of sucked. But remember, guys, long rides, going out there for a while, still kind of new, still thinking, but your brain is kind of tired. Brain is a little tired after these long rides. So be careful, though. Still stick to your fundamentals. So right here, he's going to pull off onto the side of the road. Now, you see the little ditch right here, the little drainage and everything. So when he probably put his foot down, completely just kept going, and then he went flippity-floppity on the way out. Happens. Happens, but don't want to happen to you. So let's go ahead and learn from it. Engine shut-off switch. Thankfully, he's got full gear. Ethan M., welcome. Guys, remember, if you are part of the live stream and we're doing the reviews and you click that join button, it's only $1, you will show up in the video afterwards. So click that join button. All right, here we go. Just ride. Let me guess, we're going to go too wide. Oh, starting to put the foot down, Flintstoning it. That's not going to help you. Not going to help you. Please wear some gear. Doesn't look like we're wearing a lot. And we went up and over, and we are dead. Okay, so let's hear. Hey, how you doing, Ferridan? So we're coming up to here. Let's actually look at this point of view. So going a little bit too wide in the corner. Remember those chevrons? The chevrons indicate it's a sharp turn. Now, the closer they are means it's more sharp. So, yeah. You're typically going to see a caution sign beforehand. It's going to have a recommended mile per hour. Go ahead and stick to that until you can actually go through the turn and see the turn. Then go ahead and increase some speed. But the moment your buddy puts his foot down like that is the moment you're going to have to start rescuing because he's going to crash. He's going to crash. Now, hopefully he didn't hit the guardrail. I don't think he did. I think he missed it because there's that guardrail. He fell. So he's talking on his Cardo Pack Talk Bold, which is 10% link in the description. 10% off, link in the description. Check it out so you can talk to each other. So he missed that guardrail. That's really good. It's really good. Awesome. Okay. Rescue him. Hopefully nothing broken, nothing bleeding. Okay. So that was our Cardo plug for the week. We're good. Sponsors. Good. All right. Here we go. Witness a biker's unbelievable encounter. Savage be riding. Okay. Go ahead and watermark it. That's cool, guys. Just don't block the... whoa. So, typically when we have something like that... Hey, he did the dirt bike leg, huh? When we see something like that, we want to escape. Thankfully, this car moved out of the way, so when you see that, you're going to have to... You can't really see because of that. But when you see him go to the shoulder... See, that's what I was talking about. Watermark it, but can't see what's happening, buddy. So he moved over. Cool. Great. We maintained our calm, so he recognized this hazardous situation, went into orange stage. I was like, oh, crap, because typically we're riding straight. Nothing problem. No corners, no intersections, so we're typically in yellow stage. If you don't know what we're talking about, these are the color code stages that we talk about and teach in the MTC Rider Academy. Link in the description. But when we see something like that, we would need to go into red stage. Now, sometimes red stage is just going straight. Okay, red stage is you're actively doing something, so you're actively choosing to go straight instead of swerving. Because remember, part of planning our ride is positioning for safety. We already need a good position, so we don't have to do much. We located, we assessed if it's going to be a threat. It looks like a threat, and if we had to, we can navigate, maybe move over if they actually overcorrected. So, handled it. Handled it. Did a good job. Did a good job. All All right, pray for pops. Okay, lane splitting at a higher rate of speed. Motostars, you're talking. I'm talking. Come on now. It's my class.
It only takes a moment of inattention to end up driving like this.
Okay. I was teaching the class, Motostars. Oh, he's guarding. He's guarding his chest and his genitalias. Guys, once again, open book fractures is a very common thing. Probably internal bleeding going on here. His legs are moving, except for his left.
Don't move, buddy. Don't move.
Lost.
Move, buddy.
His diaphragm spazzing out, so he lost his lost the lungs, the air in the lungs. So we're coming up to here.
How dangerous.
Remember, high speed, we talk about open lane patterns. That's something I've been posting a little bit more on the Instagram, so Instagram stories and Instagram reels. But open lane patterns. So we saw one right there. We see one right here off to the right. Those are opportunities, remember? We're riding staggered with other cars. Cars are being staggered, but it still makes it to where they can go into that lane. So we got that one right there. So it should be a good omen, good indicator that people will switch. So let's go ahead and slow it down. Let's go ahead and relax. We have a terrible line of sight right now. Can't see around this vehicle, so let's go ahead and pause, relax, and then once we see, we can go ahead and move through. Use the, what is it? Not the anecdote, the metaphor, whatever it is, going through a haunted house. So when you're going through a haunted house, you're kind of creeping along. You're like, okay, what's going around this corner? Now I can see, now I'm going to run because you're scared of the guy with the chainsaw. Same thing here. We're kind of creeping around, and then when we see that it's open, we can go ahead and go. So we're coming up to here. Now we can see, cool. Now let's maintain a good position for safety, right? We're positioning, we're locating new situations, new threats, and navigating anything that pops out. Well, now we have this guy popping out. We did a little head check. Maybe wanted to look at the van, but we got to look forward.
Like this.
We look forward here now. Uh-oh. What do? We need to find that escape path. We need to get ourselves as close to this shoulder as possible. But we can also apply some good brakes. We can, accelerate through, but going through the escape. But here's the space cushion that we have. That's not a lot. And it's probably because we're going a little bit higher speed than traffic. It's going to make it a little more difficult. So panicked. See the gap right there? Remember, we're trying to learn from these people. We might not make the same decisions. We might not make the best ones. We might even do this. So what can we do in the during this? Maybe slow it down.
I hope that clips.
We're already going to get where we want to go way faster than cars and way faster than if we just stood there. So let's go maybe 10 miles an hour faster than the flow of traffic. Within a couple miles, it's still way better.
Like this help you understand how
we don't need a rush.
Can be.
We put ourselves in a bad spot, put ourselves in an area where we can't react in time, and then we panicked. So we dumped the bike beforehand. This is the whole I had to layer down thing, right? Okay, so we had a little bit of brown. Check your pants. Check your pantalones. So when we talk about injuries here, we're going to spend a little time on this one. You see how he's kind of guarding his abdominals, his abs right here, his gut? And you can almost hear that he can't breathe. Well, his diaphragm got pushed up, his lungs collapsed in on themselves because it got pushed all the air out. So now it's trying to reopen, and it's not going to do well because it works on a vacuum and not necessarily like, oh, I'm going to inhale, air goes in. No, it's a vacuum thing. We talk about open book fractures, so his pelvis could be split open a little bit, genitalia sliding up on the gas tank, so our exploding nuts is a real thing. So what can we do as passerbys? Okay, the main thing that we can only really do is remain calm ourselves. Okay, it's his emergency, not ours. We need to ensure our own safety. We don't want to get hit by other vehicles. So keep a lookout for any cars that might not be slowing down because we're in that far left lane. We don't want to get run over ourselves. If somebody is not paying attention, and this guy right here is on the ground and you stop to help, jump over the median. He's going to get run over, not you. Simple. So anyway, stop major bleeds. So if he's bleeding out anywhere on his legs, arms, whatever it is, we got tourniquets and whatnot. I'll talk a little bit more about the rescue pack, which is on sale. Got tourniquets, 4x4s, 5x9s. Go ahead and wrap it up. Pack the wound, apply pressure, whatever it is you want to do, but make sure you ensure on safety. Wear the gloves that come with the pack. And then quickly assess the severity as best you can. More than likely, it's going to be a head injury symptom. Ask XT-Dub. Concussions suck. Spinal cord injuries, okay? Just kind of leave them on the ground. Don't do much. Shock symptoms, that's going to be a late stage thing. What you can do is stop any external bleeding, lay them down and keep them warm, which we do have Mylar blankets in the rescue pack. So check that out. Anyways, not much you could do here. It sucks. Slow it down. So that if you're the rider, slow it down. If you're the helper, keep yourself safe and stop any major bleeds. Call 911. Joe Skymoto. Oh, Flintstone it back. Okay. Whoo. Stay in a position for safety, so like a lane splitting position. So if they do back up, they don't hit you. They kind of run over your foot. Unless you put your foot up. But Flintstoning it back is good. Honking the horn. Ooh, high side. And there goes a face into the ground. MotoStars is the one that's blurring it, not me. Not me. So lost some traction somehow. Can't really see it's on a corner, so more than likely slam the rear brake. What do you guys think? Slamming the rear brake because he's panicking a little bit? Let's go ahead and take a look at it one more time. It's in slow-mo. So we lost traction. There's that little fishtail right there. See that the rear tire is kind of going to the side. Looks like we're in a corner, maybe going a little too fast. So once again, what's going to be a common theme in this video, guys? It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be too much speed. Guys, slow it down. Slow it down. Go the speed limit. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy the view. Okay, we're already on a motorcycle. It's already a better day than most. And then when we hit the ground, remember, as smart riders, we're acquiring and using personal protective equipment. Hopefully, it's going to solve those problems. And then, yeah, there goes his visor, or his visor, his face shield. So his head hit pretty hard. His head hit pretty hard. What can we do? His buddies are coming up. Rescue. IS Pro. Oh, find an escape. Okay, we found an escape. Please keep it up. Get back on the road. Got lucky. How did this happen in the first place? That's why. What are we doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Okay. Got a little bit of panic. You're not going to go back in that right lane? That's a pretty good escape. You've already done it before. You know how to split oncoming traffic. Why are we shooting for the left? Maybe got pushed out to the left because it's such a short, easy turn, but you're going so high speed. I don't know, maybe. Thankfully, he's able to keep it up. That's what she said. And moving on. Come on, just don't do that. Just don't do that. You got lucky. God's only gonna give you a few of those. Pablo Gonzalez.
Fixation is the main reason for the fall in this situation. The bike, unable to stay in the curve, drove into a large amount of sand on the side of the road.
Okay. So target fixation is a tool. It's an eyeball tool. You can target fixate on your exit where you need to be going, which is going to be up here, or you're going to target fixate where you shouldn't be going, which is right here. Okay? Okay. I'm bored.
And on the side of the road.
So we're looking off to the right. We should be looking off where that car is going. Okay? Target fixation is a tool. Let's use it. Let's get to 300 likes, guys. 300 likes. Let's do it. So he's got some gear. He's part of Umbrella. They created the zombies.
Sí, estoy bien. No, sí, estoy bien, pero... Puta la wea, quiero a Julia.
All right. Can we move on? Can we move on? Okay, thank you. Oh, our Speedo's broken. It's all blurred out. I think I've seen this before. Not recommended, but I think every guy thinks about it. So we're going pretty fast. Got really lucky. I don't know. High risk, low reward to me. What do you guys think? Something you want to do? Have your fun. At least post it so I can talk about it.
On the corner of this road.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Smell it from here. You have
okay, watch out. Bad positioning.
I want it in my mouth right now. Why are you on my ass? I can see that this is on my ass. What?
Not on your butt. You're just as close as the vehicle in front of you.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, do it. No, I'm staying here. Hit me. Come on, come hit me. You. Come on. It's just too old. Too old. Huh? 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 What are you gonna do? Bye-bye. What the f*** that?
You guys say I talk too much. He had a full conversation by himself. Jack Stevens. Come on, man. Come on. Let's move on.
What did I do to you?
Moving on. Here we go. Car bucks rider right off their motorcycle. So THERE. That's here, there. THEIR is possessive. And then there, THEYRE is they are. Cool. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, got knocked over. So once again, what are we gonna do here? We can rescue our buddies. Rescue our buddies off to the side. Make sure that they're safe and good to go, but make sure that you're ensuring your own safety. Here we go. Watch as a car suddenly invades my lane, forcing me to hit the brakes. Okay, cool. So moved over. So open lane. Good job with the progressive braking. So that's a really good example of how to handle the situation. Okay, I like this camera angle. I really need to get that going. I got an Insys 360 1X. 3X3, whatever. Anyways, we're coming up to here. And the person's coming over. You saw the indicator. I can go ahead and bring it back a couple frames. We can see that right there. So we have it right there. We're kind of in their blind spot, I'm assuming, just because of the camera angle and whatnot. But what do we have when it comes to escapes? Because we got to think about it, right? We got to, like, what do we do? Can we escape to the left? Not really. Can we accelerate through? Maybe. Can't see what's in front. But since we're already right here, and not side by side, side by side I'd accelerate, but right here, let's go ahead and apply some progressive braking, which is a really good job. He did a great job. So planning a ride, remember, we're positioned for safety. We're in a position. We're not side by side. Great. Locating hazard situations. See somebody wanting to come over in our lane. It's going to be a path of travel thing. Assessing relevant threats. Hey, it's a relevant threat, right? And then we got to navigate through it. So we're going to go into red stage, apply good progressive braking. This is why you want to cover your front brake whenever you get into these orange stage situations. That way you can remove or reduce your perception, which is what we're doing in orange stage anyways. We're reducing our perception time, and then we're reducing our reaction time too. So perception, saw it, reaction time reduced because we're already covering that stuff. Handled it. And then once you're in safe, go ahead and honk the horn. I don't care. I don't care. You do you. Just stay safe. Oh, no wonder. This is Rembo. Rembo USMC. How you doing, man? This guy takes care of things. He knows how to ride. He's been good. So good job. Good job.